What's up everyone, my name is Alpha and today we're back with another Pokemon challenge video. Today we're on Pokemon Emerald and today's challenge will be, can I do a Pokemon Emerald hardcore Nuzlocke with a randomized monotype. Now there's a bunch of monotypes out there with hardcore modes attached to it. We're just gonna pull up the randomizer wheel and see which random type we get, and then we gotta play through with what we get. Now surprisingly we land on a dark type wheel and I don't actually know any dark types. I think Mightyena off the top of my head. That's about it. There are actually a few dark types that we can get through the list of Pokemon in Pokemon Emerald, but I want to run through the rules before we get into that first. So since it's a hardcore Nuzlocke, we have to do a Nuzlocke essentially first, which is first Pokemon in each route is the only encounter you can find and catch, which is kind of different in monotype Nuzlocke hardcore mode. In my previous one, people say is the first dark type Pokemon you find. So we're just gonna go off that one, and since we're gonna use some Pokemon that aren't actually dark type but they evolve into dark types, we'll count that as well as the first encounter. I don't know, I don't make up the rules. I just copy the rules. And as well, fainting equals death, so I can't faint ever or my Pokemon is gone forever. And I gotta nickname each Pokemon after you guys, obviously. The hardcore mode puts it to a whole different level of insanity. So we can use items inside a battle. We can use hell items, which is great. We have to play on set modes, which means after we knock out a Pokemon, we can't switch out to get a better advantage on another Pokemon. And the final rule is I can't over level my Pokemon. My Pokemon has to be matching or less than the strongest Pokemon in the gym. So here is the list of what's going on in that, the level caps in each of that. As you can see, the Elite Four is actually different. It goes from 49 to all the way to 58, so there's a large range. So I want to keep it at a middle ground. 54 I believe is a good range. 54 will be our max cap for the Elite Four and the Champion Room. But everything outside of that, the level caps make sense. And as well, since we're going to be nicknaming our Pokemon, I want to nickname all my Pokemons after you guys in the comments. So thank you so much for leaving a comment in the previous challenge video. It greatly means a lot to me. If you guys want to be nicknamed after my Pokemon in my future challenge videos, just drop it in the comments and hopefully I'll pick yours. And while you guys are down here leaving a comment on your nickname, don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas as well, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It greatly help my channel. Anyways, let's get into the challenge video itself. Now to begin off, there is no dark type starter Pokemon that is in generation 3, so we're just gonna go through the tutorial. I mean, it doesn't affect the game too much. We're gonna get ourselves a Torchic so we don't have to play around a dark type later on. 10,000 IQ plays here, but our first encounter in the grass, once we get the Pokeballs from Professor Birch, will be a Poochyena. First dark type Pokemon is Secure, so that'd be our starter technically and our first Pokemon. And if you guys don't know, Poochyena and Mightyena are not the strongest Pokemon in the world. As you can see, they do not have the highest defenses at all. They don't have the most HP and they don't do the most damage, so it's kind of not the best Pokemon in terms of competitive play, but in single player play it's decent. It has a lot of utility. Once it evolves to a Mightyena, it will get Intimidate, so that'd be great to switch in and out to lower the attack of the opposing Pokemon. And once we're done doing all the tutorial battles and grinding up our Poochyena to a decent level, we're gonna head into Rustboro City, in which we're gonna train a little bit more into at the level where we get Bite. Now Bite is actually a decent move. It's a special move in this game, but it is our first dark type move, and it's going to be one of our only dark type moves for a long time because there's not a lot of dark type moves. But once we get that, we're going to train up to level 15, which is the max level we can get to. Then we're going to head into Rustboro City's gym next. Rustboro City's gym will be Roxanne's gym and the rock type gym. There's always so many rock type gyms too, even in the Pokemon series at all. There's a lot of rock gyms, but not a lot of rock type Pokemon. Like there's always a Geodude, a Graveler, a Golem. You know, there's always the same stuff. But anyways, we're going to face up against Roxanne. We're going to start the battle using our Poochyena. We're going to bite down the Geodude. We're going to take a Rock Tomb to the head, but luckily we do have an Aura Berry attached to this. And then another bite would knock out the Geodude. As she sends out her second Geodude, we actually crit this one, knock it out. And then it's going to send out her Ace, her Nose Pass, and I'm like, Sand Attack, hopefully it blocks me, so I keep using Sand Attack. It's not really attacking me at all, it's hardening it up. And luckily for us, Bite is a special move in this game. Since the special and physical split did not occur, we're able to bite down the Nose Pass. It does get a tackle off on me, but I don't know why it didn't rock to me, but I'm able to bite it down, knock out the Nose Pass, and we get the first gym badge of the game without any trouble. I mean, the Geodudes could have been a lot harder, but we actually really got lucky on that front. But after that, I mean, it seems like an easy battle. Anyways, from there though, we're gonna head into the Whisper Cave. I actually don't know what it's called. We're gonna beat down a Team Aqua member in here and get back the Wingull. Once we get the Wingull, we have access into Dewford Island. Now in Dewford Island, there's a few things for us to do. Firstly, we're going to the Poke Center, and we're gonna get the Self Scarf in this house. That's gonna boost up normal moves going forwards. And also we evolve our Poochyena into a Mightyena at level 18. And we're gonna head into Dewford Cave next. And now in Dewford Cave, there is a dark type Pokemon available to us. As you can see in the basement floor, Sableye is able to be encountered in here, and that's gonna be our dark type encounter in here. And we're gonna catch it. It takes a few Pokeballs. You know, I think it's kind of stingy. It takes a lot of Pokeballs to capture, but eventually we're able to capture the Sableye, and that's gonna be very useful because the second gym of the game is a fighting type gym. Once we get done with Dewford Cave, meet up with Steven Stone, get the XP share from Mr. Stone in Rustboro City. We're gonna go back into Dewford Island and then face off against the gym. In here, we're gonna get some decent XP on our Sableye. Get him level up, not to the max level because there's a lot of training, but we're at level 13 and we should handle ourselves. As we face off against Brawley, Brawley's gonna be the second gym leader of the game. He's gonna be the fighting type gym leader. We're gonna start the battle using our Sableye against him. Obviously, we don't want to use Nightshade right off the bat because we gotta save up our PP because I want to use Nightshade on the Makuhitas. We're gonna scratch down and try to astonish down Machop. Can't hit us at all because I think he has a fighting move and normal move, so we're able to Nightshade it down. Just not use too much PP on it, and then we're able to knock out the Machop. Next up is gonna send us Meditite. The Meditite can't do too much to us because the only move it has is like Focus Punch, I think. So we're able to astonish it down. It's gonna heal up, use a potion, completely fine. Then we're gonna crit it and one-shot it, then knock out the Meditite. As the Makuhita comes out next, I'm just gonna Nightshade down the Makuhita, and it should be fine like that. Because I thought it had Rock Tomb. I thought one of his Pokemon definitely had Rock Tomb, but I was wrong. We're easily able to knock out Brawley and get the second gym badge of the game without losing any Pokemon. Next up, we're going to head into the Solar Parlor over here. I mean, nothing too much. We're going to get more XP on the Sableye because, I mean, using the XP share is easier to train up my Sableye than actually using it. So that's how we're going to train him up. And also train up our Mightyena and head into Slateport Cities next. There's not too much for us to do in Slateport City. We're going to get the Harbor Mail and then face off against the Team Aqua members and head north into Marlboro City. Once we're in Marlboro City, there is a route right next to the city in Route 117. And there is an encounter for us in here. Technically, C-Dot is not a dark type Pokemon, but once he evolves, he becomes a dark type Pokemon, so we have to count him as a dark type Pokemon, as a dark type encounter. I think that's how it works. If it's not how it works, someone gotta explain it to me in the comments. But anyways, once we get C-Dot, we're able to train it up. We can't actually use it since it's not a dark type. We have to put XP share on it and then to train up to level 14, in which it will evolve into a Nuzlocke. Where Nuzlocke is actually a grass and dark type, C-Dot isn't, so it actually works out for us greatly. As we head into the next gym of the game will be Watson's gym. It's gonna be the third gym leader of the game. We're gonna start the battle using our Mightyena, and Mightyena is gonna bite down the Voltorb. Two-shot knock. Well, it would have two-shot it, but Voltorb decided to self-destruct right in front of me. So next up, he's gonna send out his Electrite. Luckily, I outspeed it using my Mightyena and two-shots it, knock him out. Then he's gonna send out his Magneton, which is kind of scary. I taught my Mightyena Rock Smash just for this situation, so I could lower the defense of the Magneton, and then so I can switch out into my Nuzlocke. Nuzlocke does a bit of damage to it. Rock Smash will lower his defense. Luckily, it misses Supersonic twice, and I'm able to knock it out with a final Rock Smash. Then he's gonna send out his Manectric. I'm like, my turn still. I get 2 Rock Smash off against him as he tries to howl up. I was ready to sacrifice my Nuzlocke here, but it ends up working out for us because he's gonna howl up twice. I know he's gonna quick attack me, so I'm gonna switch out into my Sableye next. Sableye absorbs the quick attack, and I'm able to absorb the shockwave as well. Rock Tomb will lower his speed, and luckily enough, I actually crit him with a Rock Tomb and then knock him out. I missed one, but I made up for it with another Rock Tomb, and I knock out Watson. So that's 3 gym badges down as we head through the next part of the game. We're going to head north into Route 119, I think. Then we're going to teach our Sableye Detect, which is going to be very useful going forwards. Because there is a gym battle where it has a Truant Pokemon that's coming up. We could basically stall them out using that. That's a bit further in the future. As we head into Meteor Falls, we're going to disrupt the Team Aqua and Team Magma members over here. And then head into Mount Chimney. Mount Chimney, Team Magma's up here, which all we got to do is beat down Team Magma. They're not too hard, as my Mightyena actually goes crazy and knocks out every single Pokemon alive on Maxie's team. Next up, we're going to head into Lava Ridge Town, and in Lava Ridge Town, there is a gym battle for us. The 4th gym leader of the game will be Flannery. Flannery's going to be the Fire-type gym leader. We're going to start the battle using our Mightyena, just as always. We're going to bite down the Numel. It actually flinches the Numel, which I could 2-shot it and knock him out. Great for us. And we're able to bite down the Slugma, and then 2-shot that thing as well, because it's Sunny Days Up. Then he's going to send his camera up next. I decided to swagger it down. I'm like, let's swagger it down. It hits itself in confusion, then I'm able to sand attack it. Hopefully it misses overheat. Luckily it does, and I'm just gonna keep sand attacking it because overheat is a big threat to us. And luckily enough, he's gonna miss all his overheats on me. Accuracy plays is the move right now. We're able to bite down the camera and knock him out, and then he's gonna send out his Torkoal. Torkoal is level 29. Oh, I forgot to mention the level caps of each gym. Yeah, the level cap for this gym is level 29. Luckily, most of my Pokemon is at level 29. Next up, I decided to switch out my Mightyena into my Sableye to absorb the overheat. I thought I was going to absorb it better, but it didn't. I should have faked out here, but I was kind of panicking because I didn't want my Sableye to die. So I switched back into my Mightyena. Take an overheat to the head. I'm like, oh, this might be in. So I'm going to swagger down the Torkoal. Luckily, it hits itself in confusion. Then I can bite it down, hopefully for a flinch. It doesn't flinch, but it's going to hit itself once again. I'm like, I can get lucky back to back. So I'm gonna switch out into my Nuzlocke. Luckily it actually absorbs the body slam, then I can fake it out, and then I'm like, you know what, hopefully nature power can knock him out. It doesn't knock him out, he's gonna knock out my Nuzlocke, and that's the first Pokemon that's dead on my team. Next up, I switch out into my Mightyena. Luckily Mightyena could actually knock out the Torkoal using Bite, and I'm able to beat Flannery, but at what cost? We lost our Nuzlocke. I kind of want a Nuzlocke because I kind of want to evolve it into a shift tree for the champion later, and also all the wild types coming up, but I guess that wasn't meant to be. Anyways, we are actually going to go into the desert, and there's another grass type that evolves into a grass dark type that we could use in the future. So I decided to catch ourselves a Cacnea as our dark encounter in the desert. New encounter, new things. And from there, we're going to head back into Petalburg City. We're going to face off against the normal type gym. We're going to grind up against the trainers. All the trainers, I think it was 6 or 7 trainers in here, and we got some decent XP. We cannot use Cacnea technically because it's not a dark type, so we only have a 2-man squad right now. We have to deal with Norman with 2 Pokemon. That might be a difficult situation. The level cap for the 5th gym of the game is level 30, and it's gonna be we don't touch it, but we get pretty close. But we're gonna face up against Norman. We're gonna start off the battle using our Mightyena against him. We're gonna bite down the Spinda, and eventually we knock him out, taking minimum damage. I mean, it's fine. I get confused. I get kind of scared. I'm like, ooh, should I switch out? I don't really have a choice to switch out, so I'm just gonna bite it down. Then Norman decides to send us slacking. I decided to sand attack it first, because I could take any hits, and then switch out into my Sableye next. I could fake out to dodge any moves he could use, and then I could fan attack it, and then I'm like, detect, possibly. I could switch back into my Mightyena, lowers the attack stat, it's gonna yawn me, which is fine. And then I switch back into my Sableye. I messed up right there. I should have faked him out, but I didn't. Then I could switch back and forth. Swaggering the slacking would have been a bad idea. I rock smash him, he's gonna counter me. I lower his defense, it's looking good for us. We're gonna fake him out, get rid of his turns, and then fade attack him again. Luckily we have the tech to dodge one of his moves, so we avoided his turn turns, and we're able to fade attack him once again to knock him out. Then he's gonna send us Vigoroth next. I want to switch into my Mightyena purposely because I want to lower his attack stat, because Slash and all of the other moves Facade is gonna be dangerous on a Vigoroth at this point in the game, so I just want him to fade attack me. It's fine, do whatever. I want to rock smash him, lower his defense. When have you ever seen someone use rock smash so religiously? Anyways, we're gonna switch out into my Sableye next. I want to fake him out, and eventually I'm gonna rock to him, lower his speed, and then I'm able to outspeed him, knock him out using feint attack. And then he can send us Lanoon. Lanoon has belly drum. I'm able to rock to him, but luckily Lanoon does not have any moves that's not normal types, so we're able to knock out the Lanoon using our ghost type, ghost dark type, and we're able to beat Norman and finally get Surf. Now once we get Surf, we're able to get the good rod, and we're able to encounter the Carnivine. It's level 11. I kind of wish it was closer to 30 because that's when it evolves, but we have to train that thing up later. We're gonna go back into the abandoned ship over here. I do not know why there's a bunch of people on this ship. Are they ghosts or something? We're gonna get to TM13 for Ice Beam. We almost lost our Sableye too randomly. And once we're done training up and getting TMs, we're gonna go into the Weather Fortress right outside of Fort Tree City. We're gonna beat Shelly, our newly acquired Cacturans on our team, and we're able to beat down Shelly pretty easily. Once we're done with that, we're gonna face off against our rival right next to Fort Tree City as well, and beat down our rival using our Cacturn. I'm just having fun using Cacturn, even though it only has Absorb. It should be fine like that. We're gonna go into the route east of Fort Tree City, and we're gonna encounter our first dark type Pokemon in here, which is gonna be Absol. Absol is a decent Pokemon, a very good Pokemon. I was kind of waiting the entire game to use him because he's one of the cooler dark type Pokemon, one of the cooler Pokemon in general. But I ran out of Pokeballs, so luckily my last Pokeball possible, my dive ball, actually caught the Absol, and we got it. We're gonna take our time, train up the Absol. for Winona's gym. The 6th gym of the game. I think the level cap for this gym is level 33, so my Absol at 32 should be fine. We're gonna head into the Winona fight. Winona's gonna be the 6th gym leader of the game. We're gonna start off the battle using our Absol against her. She's gonna start the battle using her Swablu. Very bad choice because I get 3 Sword Dances up in front of the Swablu for free, and then I facade it, knock him out because I don't get slashed yet. And then the Tropius comes out next. I outspeed it. Facade would knock it out. Then it's gonna send us Pelipper next. I'm like, well, double team for free because I know it's gonna protect, and then Facade would knock him out. The only difficult part is the Skarmory coming out next. I decided to try to bind it. I thought it was faster. I thought I can outspeed it and flinch it down. Does not work, so I decided to Facade it once again, and then I'm like, whoa, I'm doing a lot of damage to it. Facade into bite into Facade would knock out the Skarmory as she sends out her final Pokemon, her ace Pokemon, Altaria. It's getting Dragon Dance in front of me, but it's not living a +6 Facade, so we're able to knock out the Winona, and we get the 6th gym badge of the game. Next up, we're going to go into the rainy routes and south of Fortree City into Lily Cove City, and also the Safari Zone and Mount Pyre, all that good stuff. We don't have flies, so we have to walk around every single location and then train up our Pokemon. The next level cap for the next gym will be level 42, I think, so we have a long ways to go before we think about that. Next up, we're going to head into Mount Pyre. We're going to get a lot of XP done for us. We're also going to get the TM for Shadow Ball. And then we're going to head on top of the mountain, face off the Team Aqua members in here, and get the Magma Emblem to get into the Magma Hideout. And then we're going to go back, running all the way there to Lavender Town to go into the Magma Hideout. And finally, we're going to go into the Magma Hideout and face off against Maxie. Maxie's not too difficult. We're going to just knock him down using Absol, as you can see. Absol is just kind of broken like that. And then we're going to start training up for the next gym as we head into Moss Deep City. Unfortunately, during our training, our Cacturne actually levels up to level 43. And the max cap level is level 42 for this gym, and I don't know why I put the XP share on the Cacturne. He leveled up too fast, and I didn't realize he was getting XP, and he got to level 43, so he's out of commission for the next gym, so I can't use him since he's over level. So that's kind of unfortunate. Once we're done training up, and hopefully none of our Pokemon get over level once again, we're gonna face out against Tantalizer with a full Dark Team. It should be pretty easy using it. They're gonna start out with Claydol and Xatu. We're gonna start out with Mightyena and Sableye. Sableye has Shadow Ball now, so it's gonna be very easy. So we're gonna fake out the Claydol first because I think it's the bigger threat, and I want to crunch down the Claydol, and then eventually we'll knock him out with 2 shots. And then I want to Rock Tomb down to Xatu to lower his speed because it's getting pretty dangerous. Earthquake does not do too much to us because we're pretty tanky, and Intimidate affected him. So we're able to lower the speed of Xatu and then knock out the Claydol. Then he can send a Solar Rock next. I decided I wanted to Shadow Ball into the Xatu. I live a Solar Beam from it, and then Shadow Ball will knock out the Xatu, and then Crunch would do over half to Solar Rock. And then the following turn, I want to switch out my Mightyena into my Absol because I'm just kind of afraid. Shadow Ball will knock out the Solar Rock. As the Lunatone Calm Minds up, and I'm able to knock out the Solar Rock using my Sableye. Bite into Shadow Ball will knock out the Lunatone for us, and we get the 7th gym badge of the game with our Sableye carrying it through. What a GOAT Pokemon. From there, though, we're going to head into the Moss Deep Space Station. We're going to face off against the Team Magma Grunts in here. This will be the final time we face off against the Team Magma Grunts. We team up with Steven Stone. We get 3 Pokemon picked up, and we beat down Tabitha and Maxie. Got kind of close. My Sableye got kind of close to dying, so I got to switch out, save my Pokemon, preserve them. But eventually we're able to knock out Maxie and Tabitha as we head into the Aqua Submarine next. In the Aqua Submarine, we get the TM for Earthquake, will be useful later on. We're going to beat down Archie and then head into Sootopolis City where Kyogre and Groudon is obviously fighting. We have to go into Origin Cave, meet up with the champion of the game, Wallace. I still don't like him as the champion. It's been like 12 years. I still don't like him as the champion. But we're going to head into the Sky Pillar. We're going to meet up with Rayquaza. Bring Rayquaza home into Sootopolis City to stop Kyogre and Groudon fighting. And then finally, we're able to face off against the 8th gym leader of the game. Now, facing off against the 8th gym leader of the game is actually surprisingly easier than you thought. The hardest gym, I'd say, was Watson and Flannery. They're related. But the easiest gym were the later gyms, 7 and 8. So we're going to start the battle against Juan using our Cacturne. We're going to try to Leech Seed down to Love-This using our Cacturne. Unfortunately, it gets me confused, so it gets me low on HP, so I can't even set up using my Cacturne. And I'm like, should have put Giga Drain on it. I really should have put Giga Drain on it. I'm going to switch out into my Absol next. I decided to Swords Dance in front of the Love-This. I get 2 Swords Dance off, and I'm like, oh, I'm playing with danger right now. I do a lot of damage to myself, as you can see with my confusion. So I'm like, I decided to double team up in front of him instead of keep using Swords Dance. So luckily enough, I get enough double teams up as the Love-This goes down to the Leech Seed. But it gets pretty scary. I mean, I could have knocked myself out at any point, but I'm just playing the luck game at this point. Slash will knock out the Wish Cash in 1 shot, then it's going to send out a Celio. I outspeed it. Slash will knock him out. Crawdon comes out, 1 shot it, obviously. Then it's gonna send us King Drill. The King Drill takes a little bit of time. I don't one shot it with a slash, and then it's gonna heal up. It has rest, as a Chesto Berry. It keeps resting up, and it also has double team. So I'm missing some of my attacks here and there. So it gets kind of confusing. But eventually, I'm able to string along 2 slashes in a row. Should have put aerial ace, but it is what it is. Slash will knock him out, and we get the 8th gym badge of the game. Next up, we're gonna head into Victory Road next. We're able to face up against Wally. We beat down Wally, as you can see, just simpleness. We beat down Wally. Continue on. I want to go back into Petalburg City. Since we have the super rep from Mossdeep City, we're able to get an encounter in Petalburg City. Since we never got an encounter technically in the city, that's a new route. We're able to fish up a Corphish in here. Now, Corphish is a water type. Once again, he gains a dark type once he evolves to a Crawdon. So we technically caught a Pokemon here. This can be our encounter. We're not gonna use him in battle. We're gonna put the XP share on him until he evolves, obviously, and then we're gonna go back into Victory Road to train up the Corphish. Now, once we're in Victory Road, we have an Absol just destroying everyone easily for us. So we're gonna clear through a Victory Road pretty easily, and we're gonna train up our Pokemon to level 53, of course. 54 is the max cap level we decided on at the start of the video. So we want to get to 53 just in case they level up by beating all the other Pokemon in the Elite Four. And we have rare candies just in case none of our Pokemon reach that level. So we are pretty stacked up. We're doing our final additions and editing of our team. We're going to add some new moves to our Pokemon as we went to the move deleter and deleted a lot of the moves. A lot of our HMs that we're not going to use because Waterfall is a special move in this game. So I don't think we're going to use that at any point. But our Crawdon is looking pretty nasty right now. It's pretty dangerous, as you can see. So anyways, we're going to head into the Elite Four and face off against them. The first Elite Four member in the game will be against Sydney. Sydney's going to be the Dark type Elite Four member, ironically. And we're starting the battle using our Hyper Cutter Crawdon. I want to say that because it's a 10,000 IQ play. I avoided Intimidate using a Crawdon and then Swords Dance in front of him. Unfortunately, he used Sand Attack, but I'm able to outspeed him. Brick Break will knock him out in one shot, as you can see. So I don't miss a single move at all. Brick Break knocks out a Cacturne, and I also outspeed the Cacturne. So I was kind of scared it might outspeed me, but Shift Tree outspeeds me, but it doesn't use any grass moves, and I'm able to Brick Break him, knock him out. Then he can send out his own Crawdon. I obviously outspeed him and knock him out. Then he can send out his Absol, and Absol's not going to do any damage to me. Brick Break will knock him out, and I just sweep through Sydney. And I'm like, oh, this is why in Blazing Emerald they don't add him, because he's actually useless. Anyways, our second Elite Four member we're going to face off against is Phoebe. Phoebe's going to be the Ghost type Elite Four member. We're going to start the battle using our Absol against her. I know it's going to protect always, so we're going to Swords Dance in front of the Dusclops easily. And then Shadow Ball, we taught it as Shadow Ball. We're going to knock him out using Shadow Ball, and then he's going to send out his Bayonet. Bayonet's going to take a Shadow Ball to the head, completely goes down. Then he's going to send out a Sableye next. I know it's not going to do a lot of damage to me, so I'm going to get boosted up using Swords Dance and then knock it out in one shot using Shadow Ball. Completely avoid any like mismanagement where they just get low and then heal up. Just avoid wasting time. Shadow Ball will knock out the second Bayonet, and then finally the Dusclops in the back. We'll get Shadow Ball to the head and we knock out Phoebe. Now next up we have face off against the third Elite Four member, which is going to be Glacia. Glacia's going to be the Ice type Elite Four member. We're going to start the battle using our Cacturne against her. We're going to Growth twice in front of Celio, which I don't think is the best idea since I didn't put Giga Drain on him just yet. We should have put Giga Drain on the Cacturne, but we live in Ice Ball, so I'm able to Needle Punch, knock out the Celio. Then she's going to send out her second Celio. I'm able to Needle Arm, knock her out as well. Then she's going to send out a Walrein. I'm afraid that I don't outspeed the Walreins. I'm going to switch out my Cacturne into my Sharpedo because I can survive any attack if it's not Body Slam. So I'm able to swagger down the Walrein. Luckily enough, it hits itself in confusion. Well, it tried to Sheer Cold me, but it misses. Then it's going to hit itself in confusion. Then I'm going to crunch it, do about half to it, and then I'm like, crunch again. I don't know why I use crunch. I should use Earthquake or something. I'm able to knock it down to red HP, and then it's going to hit itself in confusion once again and knock itself out. Next Pokemon she's going to send out is her Glalie. Her Glalie is going to set up Hail for us. I'm like, what? What's going on? Then Ice Beam me, and then it lulled me into a false sense of security that Glalie won't do any damage as it explodes in front of my Crawdon, takes down my Crawdon, and I'm like, what happened? My Crawdon's just gone. I was so upset. I was like, oh, whatever. So I switch out into my Money, get the Intimidate off, so just in case this thing has Self-Destruct too, it doesn't do a lot of damage to us. Eventually, does a lot of damage to it. So I'm gonna switch out into my Sableye. It gets frozen. I'm like, that was going so good. What happened? So I switch out into my Absol. Look, the Absol will finish the job and knock out the Glalie for us. But we have a problem now. I don't have any Ice Heal or Asper Berries, so I can't save my Sableye from being frozen. I'm like, well, I should have thought this through a lot more, but I assume at some point I would have picked up a berry or like picked up a full heal or an ice heal, but no, nothing gave me. I have a burn heal, which is great, you know, for my frozen Pokemon. Maybe I should spray the burn heal, but I don't have anything else. my Sableye is kind of out of commission, so it's kind of a 4 Pokemon battle now. As we head into Drake's chamber next, Drake's gonna be the Dragon type Elite Four member. We're gonna start the battle using our Absol in front of him. We're gonna double team up against the Shogun because it just wants to use Protective from me. So I'm like, okay. It's not gonna hit a single Rock Tomb. Look at it, it's not gonna hit a single Rock Tomb. What a pathetic Pokemon. I'm able to Swords in 3 times in front of him, and then it will knock him out using Slash. Kind of stall out using Protect, but I'm able to knock him out using Slash. Then he's gonna send out his Altaria. Altaria has Aerial Ace, but easily survive that. Slash will knock him out. Then he's gonna send out his Kingdra next. Will not hit me. Slash will knock him out. Then he's gonna send out his Flygon. Slash will knock him out as well. And then he's gonna send out his Salamence. I hit him with a Slash, and then he's gonna punch me in the face with a Dragon Claw. Luckily, I survive it barely. And maybe to slash him once again and then knock out the Salamence as we beat Drake. Could have been worse. We're gonna head into the final chamber of the game. We're gonna head into the champion room and we're gonna face off against Wallace next. Wallace can specialize in water type Pokemon, so it's not too big of a deal. We do have a grass type in the back, so we're gonna start the battle using our Sharpedo against a Raylord. I want to swagger it down. Dances up for no reason, so I was like Earthquake, possibly does a lot of damage to it. Then it has Double Edge. So I was like, what? Where did Double Edge come from? So it's gonna knock me out using Double Edge. I'm like, ugh, this is tough. I want Double Team in front of the Wailord, and then I'm just gonna keep Double Teaming up against me. It has Water Spout. I want to lower his HP because Water Spout might one-shot me from full. So I want to slash it down, use Aerial Ace. I don't want to knock it down to where it full restores. And then it can hit me out of nowhere using Double Edge. Oh my god, it's scaring me so much. But I'm able to double team up more. It's gonna keep missing attacks, and eventually I'm able to knock it out. But it scared me using that Double Edge. But god. Then he's gonna send us Tentacruel next. Again, misses Ice Beam as I slash it, knock him out. Then he's gonna send us Ludicolo next. Aerial Ace, one-shot it. It's pretty easy. Next up, the Wishcash. I outspeed the Wishcash, slash will knock him out. Then he's gonna send us Gyarados. 2-shot will knock him out. I'm surprised why I take 2 shots, but I'm able to 2-shot it. I don't get hit at all. And then one try from the Milotic. Milotic comes out, Ice Beam me, knocks me out. I'm like, okay, well that's great. So I want to switch out into my Sableye. I was hoping Sableye can like thaw and then Rock Tomb it, lowers the speed, so I don't get like outspeed by it. But unfortunately it stays frozen, and then I go down, switch out into my Mightyena. Mightyena's like, Sand attack it, pray dodge any move possibly. Then if I dodge, I can Secret Power it, maybe paralyze it. Does not work, so I'm like, switch out my Cacturne, Elite Seed it, cross my fingers. It actually dodges an Ice Beam, so I'm like, okay, I could survive one Ice Beam. I could Giga Drain up the Milotic, as you can see. And then fortunately for us, I could Giga Drain once again, so I could survive another Ice Beam. And then I'm like, wait, do I knock it out here? I'm panicking a little bit, but I Giga Drain once more, and then I actually crit it, knock him out. I thought the Leech Seed, I thought I could knock it down to red HP, and then Leech Seed would finish him off, but I actually crit the Milotic, and we beat Wallace. We beat the champion of the game, and we beat Pokemon Emerald Hardcore Nuzlocke using a randomized monotype. So I'm actually excited. I don't beat Nuzlocke too often, as you can see from my channel, but I'm actually excited that we beat a Nuzlocke, and I want to say thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. This was a pretty fun challenge. If you guys want me to do this for other Pokemon games, I'll gladly do it. I thought Emerald was a good one because it wasn't too long, and it wasn't too difficult too, so it might be possible to do it. So anyways, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below some challenge ideas just like this one, and subscribe if you guys are not already. It greatly help my channel. And my name's been Alpha. Hope you guys all had a great day. Peace.